Hey guys, what is up? This is Mr. A. Crizzy here, and in today's movie review, I'm going to be doing a documentary movie review on the new Amazon Prime Video documentary, which has been recently released last month in October. And it's a documentary about one of the most popular children's bands based in Australia, the Wiggles. And this review is on Hot Potato: The Story of the Wiggles. Hot Potato: The Story of the Wiggles was released on Amazon Prime Video on October 24th of 2023 this year. Yeah, last month, recently. So basically, the documentary is pretty much, about the history and creation and formation of the Wiggles, like how these four people got together, like Anthony Field, Murray Cook, Jeff, and Greg Page. And two of its members actually used to be part of an Australian band called the Cockroaches, when the group got together and decided to form a children's music band called the Wiggles, they basically go around just like performing children's songs at concerts in front of actual live children, including parents with them. And the documentary also discusses about changes that went through the Wiggles for the past years before this documentary was released, like the 9/11 attacks, and then Greg Page's health problems, and basically almost 5 years ago from what I remember. Yeah, 2018 from what I remember. But yeah, so the documentary is pretty much, about the history of the Wiggles. Like the title says it all, the story of the Wiggles. And in my opinion, guys, I don't really hate the Wiggles that much, because I think I remember when I was a kid, I never hated the Wiggles at all, because I will say, I think the OG Wiggles are still the best, the best era. Yeah, because I actually remember because I remember the Wiggles used to be on Playhouse Disney, like they mentioned at one scene in the documentary, when it was on Playhouse Disney, the Wiggles show. And yeah. But of course, I never really owned some of the Wiggles VHS tapes or DVDs growing up, but like I said, I remember watching the show when it was on Playhouse Disney. And as for this documentary, I've been hearing from some of my friends that say that this documentary was actually really good, to all Wiggles fans out there. And I do agree with that, because I think this documentary is actually very interesting, and it's also really amazing too. Like the documentary also features like actual live stock footages of actual live concerts of the Wiggles performing on stage, including some live concerts, and of course the Wiggles itself, like the OG Wiggles performing and teaching children and all that stuff. And of course they also mention other characters like Dorothy the dinosaur, and Wags the dog, and Captain Feathersword, and yeah, etc. And like I said, the documentary also discusses changes that went through, like Greg Page's health problem that occurred in 2018, from what I remember. And then of course the Wiggly Safari was dedicated to the victims on 9/11. And yeah, and I'm sure, because excuse me, because I actually remember from first hearing about this documentary when I was talking to one of my best friends on FaceTime, Justin. Yeah, because Justin, he knows a lot about this documentary, and he knows pretty much almost everything about the Wiggles. And also, speaking of Justin, my best friend Justin actually got to see an actual Wiggles concert in Long Island, New York. Yeah, and I actually have some pictures of that, and Justin actually sent me pictures of that. And then I was also given permission, and I was also given permission granted by Justin to use his pictures for this review. So in order to prove that, here they are. These two pictures are my best friend Justin at a Wiggles concert with Anthony Field himself, the Blue Wiggle, Anthony Field. And these pictures were taken on September 17th of 2023 this year at Long Island, New York. Yeah, it's really cool. My best friend Justin actually got to see Anthony Field live and also in person, and got two pictures of it. Really cool, huh, guys? And yeah, since the Wiggles are also based in Australia, and of course I know Anthony Field also made some guest appearances in a couple episodes of Bluey. And yeah, but this review is on the Wiggles, and the Wiggles documentary, Hot Potato. And of course, and the documentary film is also named after one of the Wiggles songs, "Hot Potato." Like, it's kind of sounds like the game Hot Potato, but it's also the name of the song, Hot Potato. And of course, it's got some interviews with some of the current Wiggles, including the OG Wiggles. And of course they also announced its return since Greg Page got recovered. And yeah, because like pretty much everything about this documentary is actually very interesting and also spot on too, because in my opinion, I never hated the Wiggles growing up because I remember watching the show when it was on Playhouse Disney, and of course I never really owned any Wiggles DVDs or VHS tapes growing up, but like I said, I remember watching the show when it was on Playhouse Disney. And of course, I also remember there used to be a website called Wiggle Time. I think it's like named after one of the videos, Wiggle Time. Wiggle Time Wiggle Time was like an interactive Wiggles website featuring games and activities, streaming videos, and yeah. But that was around that time when Sam filled in for Greg. Yeah. Because it's like the documentary says. The documentary says that Sam was actually filling in for Greg, like around the time when Greg was trying his best to recover. Like, Sam actually filled in for Greg, like Sam himself. Yeah. And yeah, what's also pretty interesting. I also really like how like this documentary is also released by MGM, because most of us already know MGM is owned by Amazon. And what's also pretty cool about the MGM logo at the beginning is that the MGM logo at the beginning is actually in PAL tone, like the fanfare plays in high tone, like PAL tone. And there's actually a byline at the bottom of the logo that says an Amazon company, because Amazon owns MGM now. And yeah, it's got the same old 2021 fanfare that was introduced on Respect. And yeah, and of course Leo's roar sound effects play like normal. Roar. Yeah, because like, Leo's roar sound effects play as normal. And yeah. But yeah, so a lot, and I will say, Hot Potato: The Story of the Wiggles is also a documentary film I highly recommend to all Wiggles fans out there. Like because I do like the Wiggles. I think the Wiggles are, because I remember growing up with the Wiggles, like, and with their songs and the show on Playhouse Disney. And and my best friend Justin M, he knows a lot about the Wiggles. And yeah. So overall, Hot Potato: The Story of the Wiggles is a very interesting and amazing documentary film on Amazon, released in October 2023, recently, last month. And I'm gonna give Hot Potato: The Story of the Wiggles 5 out of 5 stars. It was definitely a perfect documentary film. And of course, I highly recommend it to all Wiggles fans out there. But even if the Wiggles isn't your cup of tea, maybe this documentary might still be worth a watch or something like that. If you're interested in checking out this documentary, or if you have Amazon Prime Video, then I recommend it if you haven't watched it yet, to all Wiggles fans out there. So there you have it, guys. That's my movie review on Hot Potato: The Story of the Wiggles. And that's going to be it for this video, so make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. And as always, thanks for watching, and until next time, this is Mr. A. Crizzy saying goodbye, everybody, and that's about it.